Willie D live.
During the Diddy case, Diddy was mean mugging the jurors at one point. I thought that was really a bad thing to do. I don't know how he did, but he overcame that. I had somebody on the inside who was attending the trial, and he told me Diddy was mean mugging the jury. And I'm like, he mean mugging the jury? How does that work? And so you saw an illustration. That was actually an illustration done where the court artist, actually distributed an illustration of Diddy mean mugging the jurors. I'm like, man, this dude, he asking for it. You do not mean mug the jury because now they scared. If you were trying to make them scared, okay, now they're scared. So they're going to put you away. So speaking of Diddy, I did watch The Reckoning. And I can tell you that I wasn't going to watch it at first. But something came across my desk and somebody wanted me to check out a certain part of the documentary. And I'll just tell you that it was more informative than I thought it would be. I thought that it would be much of the same of everything that we've seen, but after watching that documentary, it's a good thing that he's already went to trial. He already went to trial and he got his judgment. Because if not, they probably would have gave him a life sentence. If they had put that documentary out before he went to trial, he would probably be facing a life sentence right now. He'd probably be doing a life sentence right now. I did not know Diddy was so diabolical. Yeah. I was like, damn. They were talking about all of these artists that wasn't paid, that didn't get paid. And this is the inside people, so it's different. This is not just a rumor. This is not just an artist saying they didn't get paid. This is the guy who's keeping the books, saying how Diddy went out of his way to not pay artists. I was like, damn, how did he get away with that? They say these people went on tour and everything. Diddy was just not paying these artists. He didn't want to pay them. And the co-owner, the guy named Kirk, I think his last name is Burroughs, but that guy was a strong witness. He was a strong interviewee. He was like, yeah, man, Diddy would give these people just enough so they can come back and so that they would always need him. He wouldn't pay the artists what they were owed. I'm like, how y'all? And he had a lot of artists. And I'm thinking like, man, how you let somebody owe you money like that? It couldn't have been me. I'm telling you straight up, fam. Just like you serious about your money, I'm serious about my money. And once I had children, I didn't even look at it like it was my money. I started looking at it like it was my baby's money. Oh yeah, you know you're gonna fight for your babies. Yeah. I was like, damn, how'd that happen? Craig Mack's wife told a story of how they were down and out financially. And Craig goes to this club, it's a party going on, and he sees Diddy, and he asks Diddy for some money. She said Diddy pulled out a wad of money, all hundreds, and peeled off $100 bill and gave it to Craig Mack and walked off. Whew, that's cold-blooded, man. I couldn't do it. I'd rather not give you nothing. If I know, I'm just not gonna give you nothing. I'm gonna neither give you nothing, I'm gonna give you something. I'm not finna pull off I'm gonna pull out, this is my artist. saying he down on his luck, he needs something, he's suffering. First of all, my artist probably wouldn't even be coming to me unless he overspent. First of all, he would have had his own money anyway. I would have paid him what I owed him. That's me. I would have first and foremost paid the man what I owed him. That's what I would have done. But let's say for whatever reason he needed something and he said, man, he hurting, he needs something. Why would you pull out you're going to pull out a wad of money, all hundreds, and peel off $100 bill? See, that is the type of stuff that get dudes robbed and killed. That is the type of stuff that will make a person walk into a courtroom and point at you like the Jackson 5. Y'all know what the Jackson 5 point is? That's Jack. You know what I mean? Have pointing at you like the Jackson 5. You got to pack fair, man. You got to pack fair. You got to pack fair. Now, if you pack fair and then relationships still don't work out, then that's what it is. But don't let it be on you. Let it be on the other person. Don't let it be on you, man. That was not cool. That documentary, the cold part about the documentary is Diddy is telling on himself in the documentary because they have video recording of Diddy's final days before he gets locked up, where Diddy has a videographer following him around, recording his every move. They're recording him talking to his lawyer, which is something that should never be done without the lawyer being in on it. The lawyer didn't even know he was being recorded. So Diddy is just breaking protocol all the way around. He really betrayed his lawyer. If you're ever recording anybody, you shouldn't let people know. If you're on the phone and on a speakerphone and you talking to people who you rock with, you talking to your lawyer, you talking to a friend, whatever, you need to let people know that they're on speaker. Unless you're trying to set them up, unless you're trying to expose them in some kind of way, that's different. But if a person believes that you're having a personal, private conversation, you should have that enough integrity to make sure that that conversation is personal and private. Just like a lot of times I see people releasing these text messages from their associates and friends and family members and significant others. They're releasing text messages. Well, look at what this person said. Look at what this, so this is why, fam, when you don't know the electronic devices, just assume that somebody gonna see those messages that you may not want to see those messages. Any message that you send, any message, whatever it is you're talking about something freaky, you're talking about doing something sneaky, whatever. Assume that one day that message could end up in a court of law, being read out loud by a prosecutor or a defense attorney. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Diddy was bound to get caught up. If you look at the last year or so, last year before Diddy got popped, last year and a half or so, you can see Diddy was high, Diddy was drunk. Diddy, and I just summed it up like, oh, he just, he seemed like he going through something. Because it was just too many days in a row that you would see him look like something looked off. And I was like, yeah, he going through something. I didn't know what it was, but I could tell he was going through something. I didn't know if it was grief. I didn't know if he had legal issues or personal issues, family or whatever, but I knew he was going through something because He just seemed to be out of his mind in that year or so prior to him actually getting caught up and being locked up. He did not seem like he was in his right mind. And even though he had all of that money, that at the end of the day, that money couldn't save him from being publicly embarrassed, being arrested, being locked up in prison. It couldn't save him because eventually, man, if you moving in that type of way, especially if you're black, if you moving in a way where you out there hurting people, if you're hurting people, you're gonna get caught up eventually. The money can hold off the authorities. The money can hold off the killers. The money can hold them off. But it ain't gonna save you. It ain't gonna save you. You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. I've seen it happen too many times. I've seen it happen too many times. Get that money, man. You get that power. And money make things move. Money make people move. You get so used to using money to solve your problems that you don't know any other way. You think money is going to be the answer for everything. You know how some people think violence is the answer or insults is the answer? Some people, their default is insults. When somebody make them mad, do something they don't like, they insult, right? Some people they hit as soon as they get mad, like a little baby, you know how little babies, some little babies are violent. Really, they hit. Some people are like that. Their default is to strike, is to be violent when somebody do or say something that they don't like. The default is to be violent. People with money, especially large sums of money, like infinite money, anytime there's a problem, they just throw money at it. Anytime there's a problem, they throw money at it. You know, they beat up somebody in the club, throw some money at it, make it go away. Throw some money at the lawyers, make that go away. If some chick get mad at him because they caught him cheating, throw money at her. You know, buy a ring or sit on a shopping spree or something, make it go away. Just throw money at it. Should be all right. You know, just throw money. And then at some point, the money can't save you. Money can't save you. Now, it could buy you some time, so it may have bought him some time had he paid Cassie. It would have bought him some time. Had he paid Cassie, the money would have bought him some time. But once he didn't pay Cassie and Cassie filed that lawsuit and he turned around and gave her that $20 million, it opened up the floodgates. Everybody realized that the big bad bully had been injured. Somebody was able to injure the big bad bully. Somebody finally was able to injure the big bad bully, and it was little old Cassie. And then next thing you know, everybody, oh, he's doing it like that? He's stroking checks like that? Well, here go my lawsuit. Here's my lawsuit. Here go my lawsuit. Here's a lawsuit. Here's a lawsuit. Here. Lawsuits coming out the anus. All it takes is one. This is why I always say, challenge the bully. Don't let the bully push you around. Always challenge the bully, because the bully ain't as strong as you think he is. One of the greatest ways, I'm going to give y'all some major game right here. This is some major game. When you don't have money, when you can't match the bully's money, you can't match the bully's power, and the bully do you wrong, expose the bully. Exposing the bully levels the playing field for you. The bully does not want to be exposed. The bully is counting on you being too afraid to expose him. expose the bully, and you level the playing field. T. Gallagher, yeah, I'm with you on that. Cassie absolutely isn't innocent. She absolutely isn't innocent. But I'm talking about Diddy right now. I'm talking about what he did, not just to Cassie, but to numerous people. If we are to believe that story that his business partner told, where he went in and with that bat and pressured him to sign over his 25% of Bad Boy. Whoo! We ain't even got to the accusations of knocking people off and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's bad. It's bad. It's really bad. And as bad as that is, they probably left some stuff out. That's my time, fam. Enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. No more talk.